Hey, this is Mike Renoir, Northwest Fight Scene, NWFightScene.com. I'm here with a UFC fighter, Trevor Hot Sauce Smith. Man, Trevor, how's it going today?
It's going great, man. Thanks for coming in and talking to me for a little bit.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Now, you're just a few days out. I guess it's Monday. Saturday's your big fight at the Key Arena here in Seattle, your hometown, fighting Ed Herman. This is talk right into the fight. Now, Ed Herman, he's a tough guy. What do you think?
I think he's a tough dude. Like I said, I'm looking for a fight of the night on this one. It's kind of an expectation. We're coming in fairly evenly matched. He comes in with the biggest ego, I think. So I've been training on my stand-up. I know he's a tough dude, but I expect to go out there, exchange some good blows with him, put on a show for the local crowd, and go take some tequila shots after I'm done knocking him out.
All right. Awesome. Now, he's a guy, he's kind of a grinder. He's been around a long time. He's been pro since 2009. I think he's been pro since 2003 or 4 or something like that. Ultimate Fighter alum, long time to UFC. Talk about the experience difference.
He's been around for a long time. I don't think he's trained maybe at the same level of coaches. I don't think he has the same pedigree with the wrestling background. So I've been manipulating bodies, throwing people around for a very long time. He has obviously a little bit more experience in the UFC, but I also think he's run down. He's a little bit over the hill. So my expectation is for me to come out there hungry and ready to make a strong UFC debut. And I have that background, that pedigree with the wrestling and beat people up all my life where I'm not burnt out, I'm not over the hill, and I'm ready to go out there and whoop his ass.
Ed Herman, he done an interview this week with someone else. Had mentioned that he thought he would have better cardio than you, that he could have put it on you, welcome you to the UFC, welcome you to the Big Boy Show. Talk about that cardio factor. In the Tim Kennedy fight, a lot of observers thought the third round you did lose a little bit of your cardio factor. Is that true? And talk about what adjustments you made.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was part of it. I actually had a knee injury that was nagging me before the fight. So actually, day before I flew out, I had almost a blowout on the knee. So I had to cut my weight almost 20 pounds in a way that I wasn't used to. Came to the fight, I wasn't as conditioned as I usually am. So there's a few factors. There's definitely some truth to that. I guessed out probably more in the second round. So, I guessed out. I guessed out a little early, but I've made some changes in the way that I'm lifting weights, the way that I'm training for fights. So it's a lot more of the actual fighting, boxing, sparring that I've been doing now. So I'm glad that he's seen those videos. I'm glad he has that expectation. So by the time, if he makes it to the second or third round, I'll be prepared to whoop his ass and show him exactly where my cardio is. So I love the fact that he's looking at that and has that as something he thinks he can exploit on me, because it's not going to happen.
Right on. Okay, now here, obviously a fight in Seattle, it's a big deal. Talk about what that means to be fighting here in the hometown for you.
I love fighting in the hometown, man. My first fight for Strikeforce was here at home. It was over at the Showwear Center in Kent, which is a fairly local audience, and it brings the best out of me, man. I want to go out there and I want to defend my home cave, and I want to beat up whoever's here. So I'm looking to go out there, do my job, spend my 15 minutes max in the cage, make it look bloody, make it exciting, make it fight of the night, hopefully knockout or sub of the night too. And then I'm looking to have fun with the local crowd and celebrate.
All right. Now we're here in Tukwila, Washington. Ring Demon MMA, Eric Dahlberg's gym. I guess you just got done training, teaching a class, teaching a group of kids. Talk about that.
Yeah, he has an excellent kids class down here at Ring Demon. So I'm down here every Monday and Wednesday. I'll bring my kid and one or two of his friends for every class, and I like to just sit in. I learn a lot of technique teaching the kids, so that's one of the big changes I've made for this fight as well, as I'm attending the classes. I'm doing the kids classes, I'm doing the adult kickboxing classes, and some of the gi stuff. So my techniques come a long way, my cardio's come a long way, and I'll be ready to show that on the 27th.
All right. Now Eric is a great coach. He's been around a long time in the game. And talking to me a couple months ago, he said, about you, that you're a monster in the gym, but that hasn't necessarily translated into the cage. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where I don't know, I haven't shown my potential out there. I'll have people come here and I'll beat them up, and a lot of it's a change in technique too, from just being a brawler that went out there and just beat the hell out of people to actually learning the technique, learning the skill, and learning the art. And hopefully I've come to the point where I've invested that time, where I found out how to woo-saw, I've developed a technique, and now I can apply some of that, my natural monster ability, and hopefully on Ed Herman's face.
All right. Now, I was looking at your Twitter. You had talked mentioned that you were going to do a meditation session for a half an hour, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Not a lot of fighters would mention that if they do. Talk about that. The mental game, that meditation.
Oh man, that's probably been my greatest improvement over the last 6 months. Besides, changing my weightlifting, the way that I'm training, but the meditation, the mindfulness has been a huge help in my MMA game and staying calm and centered and be able to learn and do everything. So I would attribute a lot of my improvement to the meditation, being more mindful. It's made me a much better fighter and a better person in general.
All right. Now you have your son. We just saw. What's that like raising a son as a fighter?
It's probably one of the best matches with the career of a fighter. Raising a child. I couldn't ask for a better career. It allows me to spend the time that I want with my child. I kind of schedule my own training hours and lets me be with my little man all day. So he's 5.5, almost 6 years old now, and I've been able to spend the majority of my time with him growing up. And I can see it in his crazy personality and the way he behaves today. So it's been a blessing, the fight career and having a child, both.
Right on. Is he kind of a gym rat?
He's becoming more of a gym rat now that he gets a little older. Before I kept him away from it so he wasn't crazy and obsessed with it, but now he seems I can't keep him away.
Right. All right. Well, again, appreciate your time. Who do you want to thank for this fight coming up? And I know you got some sponsors you want to give a shout out to.
Yeah, I want to thank you. I want to thank Northwest Fight Scene for sure. Thank you for coming in and talking to me. You guys have always been very supportive, even coming up through the ranks, the low level. I want to thank Rev Gear for sponsoring me. New York Hot Sauce. I know there's a ton of people out there. I should have made a list, but my agent Will over at White Buffalo, he's been working hard. Now that we're on FX, it's a little bit easier. So tune in FX. It's Saturday at 2 p.m. I believe there's a live broadcast, and hopefully me and Ed put it down. You guys can see us on the main card on Fox as well. That's Saturday night this week.
Do you know if you're the first fight on FX, or do you know what order you are in?
I think we're the second fight on FX. We're maybe the fourth or fifth fight of the night. I know they're going to do some Facebook prelims. And they got the FX card that starts at 2, and I'm not sure what time the Fox card starts.
Oh, okay, so I think it's 5. But
Yeah.
all right. Well, you heard it here, Trevor Hot Sauce Smith. I appreciate your time again. Northwest Fight Scene with Trevor Hot Sauce Smith, UFC fighter. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.